here we are, folks. First day of the first lessons for Greg and Shauna Sakura. Just driving out to the course right now. Just pulled into the entrance and gonna get them going. Enjoy these next couple of minutes here, and gonna work with a few drills on each one, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, folks, enjoy, and we'll speak to you soon. Okay. Nice. How's it going, Shauna? Doing pretty good?
Daniel?
Yeah, doing good, good.
Good.
So how's the golf game going?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I've noticed that I've lost some distance with my driver.
Okay. Is it going right, left, or is it just not going as far and just flying pretty straight?
It's just not going as far.
Okay. All right.
Not as much power.
You know, it's funny over the from last year to this year, I've noticed a little bit in difference in the way you actually rotate onto your right hand side a little bit more. So I kind of want to work on that today. Okay. I've noticed you're not quite resisting onto your right hand side. It's more of a kind of languid motion. So we're going to work on that a little bit. Okay. So let's just try a few more. Get right in there. Just make a normal golf swing. What feels comfortable for you.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, good. So there's one drill that I really want you to use, and it's a drill that you can use prior to coming to the actual driving range, or you can use it as a stretching tool as well before you go play. Okay. So the way you want to do it, you want to set up just like you're going to set up to hit a golf shot. Okay. So nice, good posture. You're going to bring the club. You're going to put it onto your chest like this. So if you want to kind of go through the system. Okay. Put it on your chest. Left hand's going to be just like that. Right hand, you're going to put it just like that. So the club is actually sitting in between your index and then your thumb. Good, perfect. And then you're going to make a move. You're going to turn back. Good. And then you're going to hold it right there. And look how you got a nice straight line right here. Okay. That means you've turned onto your right side, but you're almost resisting at the same time. Okay. So let's do that again. So back, good, hold it. Now you're going to turn back through, down to the golf ball. Good. You're going to make sure that you transfer it onto your left side. Good. And see how straight that is now?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Good. Hold it there. Then back down. Good. Good. Okay, so that's going to be your number one drill. Okay, that's going to get you away from kind of turning away this way and then turning back onto your left side. It's going to get you staying more over the ball, resisting, and then turning through. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hit it. Nice. Hit city. Nice. How's it going, Greg? Doing all right?
Good.
Doing pretty good?
Gotcha.
Yeah, good. How's the swing feeling today?
Still a little tight, but it's
still a little tight. It's kind of early, right?
It is
early. Yeah. so let's hit a few here just to get warmed up a little bit, and we'll kind of get zeroed in on a few changes. Nice. All right, so the first thing that I'm looking at here, Greg, and one thing that I always tell my students to do when they're hitting balls is always put a club down or a stick to actually align you to the target. You know, your tendency is you do aim a little bit to the right, generally speaking. So when you come to the range, use a club down on the ground as much as you possibly can. Okay, so going out towards that center flag there. Want to make sure you always put a club down, and this is going to go in between you and the golf ball. Okay, so it's going to be right there. Now what you're going to do, you don't have to stand up right to that club, you just stand where you feel comfortable and just make sure that your feet and your club are actually parallel with the club on the ground. Okay, so it always keeps you in check, and then if you're right, you can see that. If you're left, you can see that as well. So really make sure you do that. Okay, so let's give that a try to start off with. Good, there you go. Now you're nice and square. Nice. Nice. Now you can swing through to your target without having to kind of manipulate the club back to the target line. Okay. Before you was aiming a little right, so it's causing you to have to almost come over the top to get the club back on line. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you get more square to your target now you can freely swing to your target without having to, you know, force it. So the next aspect, now we've got to work on getting the club on plane, okay? So just up to the ball for me. And this was kind of tied into where your feet were aiming as well. It was kind of causing this a little bit. So now that you're squared up, what I want you to do is really focus on that first 2-3 feet of the swing. Make sure that when you get to here, that the club is parallel with the club on the ground, okay? So see that right there?
Yep.
Absolutely perfect, okay? So there, perfect. That's going to be your main focus point. Okay, you're going to feel like there's a wall back here, and you're going to point the club at the wall. Okay, and then from there it's just here, and then up to the top of the swing. Okay, let's give that a whirl. You can just do a couple of little practice swings there. Good. I like it. Nice, Greg. Very nice. Good. Let's try it again. So the main goals today, the first one being alignment, making sure that you aim square to your target, okay? Second one being just making sure you get that first 3 feet of the swing nice and square going back. Good. And then just turning your shoulders to the top of the swing. Nice. That's perfect. Look how far this ball goes. Look at that. Give me a high five on that one. That was good, okay?